Hi everyone, thank you for coming to my presentation. My name is Alina N Research, and I decided to study occupational therapy this year in ISM because it is something that I'm thinking about doing for my future and I wanted to learn more. So a little bit about me. I was born and raised in Sarasota, Florida. I moved here junior year and it was a very stressful time for me. But from that, I became the editor-in-chief of Yearbook this year, and I wouldn't have had that opportunity if I would have stayed in Florida. So I think moving here was for the better for me. I'm a semi-professional photographer. I don't say professional only because I haven't made too much money doing it, but I've still had sessions with seniors and families, and it's something that I'm passionate about. And those are some of the photos up there that I took when I was in Florida. I think that's where my passion started. I enjoy singing, and I've written over 20 lyrics. It's just something that I've always done. My dad is a musician. My mother is a artist, stained glass artist, and jewelry artist. And I love playing billiards and darts with my dad. It's just something we've always done. I've done it since 6th grade. So pretty good at it. And my friend Sierra and I, with the help of our moms, created a young girls service club called Helping Hands in 2008, and that's just a couple of pictures down there. So I've always been interested in service and volunteering, and I love helping others, so that's one reason why I chose occupational therapy. My quote is, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams," by Eleanor Roosevelt. I believe that this is like a quote that can apply to my life because I've always had so many dreams and goals for my future. So this is just saying if you believe in those, you will have a great life, basically is what I take from it. And I also apply that to occupational therapy because if you strive for the future, you'll just make everyone's future better too, in a way. My mission statement is to explore a future in the field of occupational therapy, as well as experience the career in a realistic atmosphere, with a professional therapist as a mentor, encompassing the passion of helping others gain the strength physically as well as mentally, to overcome obstacles faced with a handicapped medical condition, meanwhile significantly increasing the quality of life with genuine enthusiasm, integrity, and professionalism. I know it's a very long mission statement. I basically put as much as I could in it, but what that means is just basically I'm wanting to help others have a better quality of life. And by doing that, just getting experience in the field, being with a mentor, learning more about it, and hopefully going into it for a career. What exactly is an occupational therapist? A lot of people ask me this because they are confused what the difference is between occupational and physical therapy is. Basically, occupational therapists help people across the lifespan. It could be pediatrics, adults with disabilities, geriatrics, to participate in things that they want to and need to do through the therapeutic use of everyday activities or occupations. That's where it differs from physical therapy, which physical therapy is just like helping others if they've broken their arm, helping them get a better use of their arm and certain things, whereas occupational therapy is actually helping them in specific occupations that could range from helping them get dressed by themselves or helping them write better, have a better grip on the pencil, that kind of thing. It depends on what their age is, different parts of the lifespan obviously have different medical conditions that you can help. So that's basically what an occupational therapist is. Some examples would be helping children with disabilities fully participate in school and social situations. You see that a lot with autistic children and children with learning disabilities who might not be able to function as well in society as their parents or they would like to. Helping people recovering from an injury to regain skill. So this could be from like a car accident or just breaking a leg, something major that happens to the body that they just need to recover, and they might not be able to do occupations as well as they would like to, or have everyday activities like down, like taking a shower even could be one of them. Providing support for elderly experiencing physical and cognitive changes. This could be with dementia. Obviously, people might have less ability to think. Also, with like Parkinson's disease, they might not have a better grip on things. They might need help with their shaking or with muscle spasms, that kind of thing, with everyday activities. The career outlook for the field is very well. That is one reason why I chose it. It's estimated to grow 29% in the next 8 years, which is very good. Therapists need good communication skills. I learned these from talking and researching and interviewing just overall with occupational therapists. But they need good communication skills, problem-solving capabilities, and creative out-of-the-box thinking, which the creative part really speaks to me because I am a very artistic person. I love being able to create new things, and that could help me in my future. Research. What I learned from that is every patient is unique. They all have a different medical condition. Some might be the same, like a child might have the same learning disability as another child, but they might have different occupations that they want to fix, Okay, and there is a fair amount of flexibility. Basically with that, your day doesn't really have much structure. Every day is different. It just depends on when the patient wants to get with you and how long and how many times a week. So your schedule is not the same at all, day for day, which is really interesting to me. So I think I would like that. Location determines salary. Basically with that, in Florida where I grew up, the average age is 55 years of age. So, there'd have to be a lot of occupational therapists that work with geriatric patients there. Whereas here, it would be more centered around probably pediatric patients because there's a lot more children. So, and the location, obviously, if there's less population, there's probably not as high of a pay. Whereas if a population of like a ton of geriatrics, you'll probably get a higher salary. You must be aware of common errors. This could include the error of misjudgment, lack of experience, preparation, or knowledge. So basically with that, you just have to try to avoid that and learn as much as you possibly can. Focus on ethics, make sure that you don't waste skill or time of the other person. And the difference between OT and PT, which is occupational therapy and physical therapy, basically I already kind of hinted on that a little bit, but the main difference is occupational therapy focuses on occupations and physical therapy focuses on helping different parts of the body that have been injured or have been affected by a disease. Specific classes and degrees. So basically, from the University of North Texas trip, I learned some things that might help me. Psychology is a big field that you go in for occupational therapy, so is biology. I went to a kinesiology class. That was very interesting, and that could help to exercise science. So those are some things that I learned within my research. For my interviews, I met a person who owned a therapy business, and that was very interesting to me because I had never thought about owning a therapeutic business. I haven't really thought about it very much. I thought of opening, a photography business later in my life, but she said that it was a very rewarding yet stressful experience for her, but overall she was very glad that she did it. So it might be something that I want to look at later in life. OTs give tests for measuring different senses. This could include Brunick's autoscopy, which basically measures motor proficiency. Motor skills is like what you use just to like basically survive. If you don't have motor skills, you don't have much balance. You might not be able to walk correctly. It depends. And the Barry-Butinka test is like visual, so like you can tell what an A is compared to a Z. That is one thing that I observed within an interview for a pediatric patient. They had to find out like what exactly they might be seeing differently or might need work on, like visually. And the Peabody test is just your general senses, just getting all of the information on that patient. And I observed a real pediatric session with Callie Lamus, who I asked to be my mentor. She hasn't responded yet, but I'm sure she'll say yes, hopefully. And that was very interesting. That was definitely one of the best experiences I've had in ISM so far, just because I got to see her in action. I got to interact with the little girl. She was so sweet. She had a lot of, she had a mental disability that like I can't tell you guys about, but it was sad to see, but at the same time she was improving so much from when she first started. So it was amazing. It was just awesome. And it lasted 2 hours instead of the regular 20 minutes for an interview, so that was awesome too. The similarities, differences in physical therapy, I have hinted on that again, but I visited a physical therapist and got to talk to 2 people that did that. And they did tell me that it was a different ball game. You have to be in college for 8 years rather than 6 years minimum. And of course, the setting is a little bit different. So when I walked into the occupational therapy facility, I saw a bunch of, pediatric occupational facility. I saw like an exercise area, a lot of books, games, a little like place where they can work on their balance, I guess. It was like a trampoline part. And the difference in the physical therapy is it looks like a gym, basically. And it was centered around older adults or just people who needed physical therapy, not as much pediatrics. And large corporations can be a headache. I learned that from my best friend's dad, Mr. Jeswa, who is an occupational therapist back in Florida. Basically, he said you have to choose which part of the occupational therapy field you want to be in, whether it's with a large corporation or like a small independent business. I think I would be centered more for an independent business because it's more, close-knit, a little bit less like regulatory in a way. And so he just said that it's something that you want to consider. And some value advice that I got was to explore different roads within the field, just like observe different parts like pediatrics, geriatrics, spine and brain injury, all of that. You can just, when you're in occupational therapy school, you can observe different aspects of it. So that's what I'm planning on doing if I go into the field for sure. And build on the resume. Of course, that's for every profession. Maintain close contact with patients. That basically means get to know them, know what their personality is, know what their wants and needs are, their goals, and have a friendly personality. I think this is important for everything, but it's especially important for occupational therapy because you're with the patient, you're wanting to know them, they depend on you. So you want to have a good attitude at all times. Oops. My original work and beyond. My original work, I decided to basically create a goal assessment that can that's standardized for every patient. So basically using synthesis to develop an accurate and comprehensive way to recognize and actively plan around a patient's unique goals, both short and long term. I want to, with like diagnosing what their goal plan is going to be, I haven't heard any specific like way that therapists do that. So I want to create a standardized way that all therapy places can determine that, whether it's geriatrics or pediatrics, all of that. It'll be really challenging, but I believe that I can do it. And for my final product, I plan on inventing a device to aid pediatric patients in a specific everyday activity. I'm not sure exactly what that is going to be yet, but I'm excited to like come up with ideas, talk to a mentor, research some more. I think it's going to be a great experience. Hopefully what I invent will help others, and that's basically what my ISM journey is going to lean towards. So thank you for listening, and that's it.